All right. Hello, hello. Whoops, I got a cord in the way. Feed that into the back somehow. How's everybody doing? So I'm going to be working on this ornament. I've done 2 sides to it already, and then I'm filling in the side bits. This is what this paint looks like when it is wet, and it'll dry to this silver color. So, hi Lynn. Hello friends. Missed you guys. It's been a while. It's nice to see you. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. So I'm going to add some side bits onto this ornament. I have been playing with bliss drops from our friend Tara at Deserted Bliss. And I'll show you some of the other ones I've done as well. They're hanging up to dry a little bit. And but we have a literal crap ton of ornaments that we're going to paint with these things. Thank you, Lynn. Hi, Sarah. I'm so glad your ornament arrived safe. These ornaments are some of the most fun I've had in a while. So I'm going to finish this side, and then I'll show you the one that I started with that I ended up screwing up and wasn't able to finish. And then I'll show you 2 that are just waiting to dry. And then we're going to work on this one. And then I've got a whole stack of more other colored ornaments. We're going to start to do this. This one has to be done in 4 parts. After each side is done, I have to set it to dry. So these ornaments take about 4 days in total to do, because I like to give them a full 24 hours to dry so that when I'm setting this down on anything, it doesn't dent the paint. But I'm freaking in love. So let me just catch up on the comments. How are you guys doing? It was really nice, Sarah. Thanks for asking. It was really nice. It was nice to get away. It was, it was really, really good. It was really, really good. Audrey did really well. I mean, she wasn't thrilled with the car ride, but, we made it. And it was very, very, very much time well spent. So it was good. It was nice to get Mom a change of scenery, too, which is always nice. How have you guys been? What have you been up to this week? What's new and exciting? Fill me in on what I've missed. How the heck are ya? Aw, Lynn, thank you for the team bracelet. That's so generous of you. Thank you. So this is the paint that I'm using. I'm using Bliss Drops. Right now I'm using the color Mirage. So it is this color when it's wet. And Tara's amazing because she puts the paints on the lid too so we can see. No! Oh, didn't do too bad. How did I get away with that? I don't know if I did get away with it. All right, let's see if we can fix it before this paint dries. Shit. Yay, welcome back to the lives. So good to see you. Son of a gun. All right. Well, apparently these silicone tools have found yet another massively powerful use for them. Because look at that. That worked. It's amazing. All right, we're all right. Hello, Letitia. Hi, Jennifer. I know, sorry if I made anybody's heart stop there for a second. It's so good to see you guys. And anybody who is passing through, please make sure that go in and hang out with our friend Jenna J. Grand. She is doing an ornament mystery sale, live sale today. So please make sure that you go and show her some support if you haven't already, or if you want to buy something from her, and clean her out. Okay? Thank you for the heart, me. Oh my goodness, Letitia, look at all those team bracelets. Thank you. I joined just in time to hear, oh shit. Let's find a new hobby. Wet tray paste. Dropping wet paint objects is anxiety-inducing. It is anxiety-inducing, I promise. I will try to cut back. I will definitely try to cut back. Thank you, Letitia. That's so sweet of you. Thank you, Lydia. I'm doing good, Jennifer. How are you doing? I feel like I haven't talked to you in so long, and I'm so sorry. I hope you're doing okay. You could do with one of those Christmas trees you hang a single bauble on for drying. Yeah, that would be a really good idea. Hi, Tina. How you doing? Oh, thank you guys for sharing the live. That's so sweet of you. So what's new and exciting? What have I missed? It's been a week away. I'll have to keep an eye at the dollar store, Sarah. I'm sure that they'll have those little trees, and that would definitely be easier. Right now, I just kind of try and hold on to it and hope for the best until I get one whole side done, and then I can hang it up for a little bit. But once we get this side done, I will show you the rest of the ornaments that I have also done. Totally me, not you. Well, and we got to sometimes. I hope you're okay, though. I hope the MIA has been good for you, and I hope you're doing okay. And you can take as much MIA time as you need. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's good to see you, Alicia. I missed you guys a lot. Your Christmas market's tomorrow. Are you ready? Are you ready, Tina? How you doing for inventory? Do you have any last minute questions or nerves or jitters you want to get out? The trip was really nice. No, we got back. Is today Friday? We got back yesterday, shortly after lunchtime yesterday. And it was really good. It was really nice. It was great to have the change of scenery. We ate some good food. We gambled a little bit. And it was a really, really good trip. Really good trip for both Mom and I. Audrey did really well. Completely have the confirmation that her scratching is definitely environmental and dust related, because we were in that hotel room for those 3 nights, and let me tell you, she did not scratch. So we are going to be starting a very big, deep clean of this apartment and doing some painting and all that stuff to get a nice, clean, dustless environment for Miss Audrey. 90 ornaments made, but not really ready. 90 ornaments is a good chunk. Did the gamble get you any new molds? No, it did not. Unfortunately not. No, I didn't come home with any money. We made enough to be able to play for a little bit, when you win enough that you can keep playing for a bit, but it was really fun. It was really nice to get the change of scenery. It was really good to get confirmation about Audrey just by seeing it, that it's not anything to do with her food. So yeah, we're gonna get this place ship shape, and hopefully that'll make a big difference for all of us, because we all noticed that our breathing was a lot better. So it was definitely worthwhile, for sure. So no new molds. Sometime this coming week, I'm going to get myself that small storage unit that's going to be where I can pour. So at least I can start pouring the molds that I've already got. I'm dying to try the tea light candle holder house from Devon Dotting. So it'll be fun. If only it was less expensive. I know. It would be so nice. But you know what? We need to get this stuff done around here anyway, so we're just going to do it. And in the meantime, We'll paint as much pretty stuff as we can. But my live schedule is going to be a little different for a little while because of that. I'm probably only going to be scheduling a couple of days at a time, just until I kind of figure out. Because, well, I need to leave space for things like if we're going to paint our ceiling or our walls and be able to get that done fairly quickly. I want to be able to work that into the live schedule. I'd much rather schedule short notice than to schedule and have to cancel. So that's the plan. Thank you. I can't wait to show you the other ones. As soon as I get this side finished, I will show you the other ones that I've done too. I'll show you where this design started, and this is going to be, there's going to be a lot of this design over the next little bit because I went out and I bought a bunch more glass ornaments. I got matte white ones. I got all matte actually. Red ones, teal ones, blue ones, and I got some big ones and I got some small ones. So I'm excited to. I've been thinking about this design the whole time I was away. Going, oh, it's going to be so much fun to paint that again when I get back. So we're going to be doing this one a lot. So we started. So we've got design on one side. This is what this paint is going to dry to look like, almost icy. There's the other side. We're going to do this there, and then we're going to do that side, and then we'll probably add some dots as well. Oh, I didn't do the bottom half. That's important. They're actually, I think they're doing pretty good. Like I'm trying to hold the bottle up to see. I think I still have quite a bit. Like I don't think it's super empty yet. That's part of the experiment that I want to do is I want to see, just how many ornaments can I get out of each bottle with a design like this, because when I tell you that these paints make swoops so much freaking fun. Obviously this one, I'm just in absolute heaven with this design, but these paints are just incredible. Just incredible. Oop. And I'm going to try not to drop it again. Once is enough. And make sure, if you guys are also planning on heading over to Jenna's Mystery Ornament Live sale, please make sure you're showing her lots of love so that there can be tons of people there. Go buy an ornament. Go share the live. Go spend some time over there. Make sure we're doing the best we can to get her lots of attention so this sale's super successful for her. I know it's tough when we both go live at the same time, and I'm so sorry for that. I will try to have a better idea of her schedule before I just chuck my lives on there so that you guys don't have to worry about that. I haven't yet. No, Tina. Are they nice? I'm dying to. They're going to be so much fun. They'll all be invited pretty soon. Ordered pretty soon, invited. No, I don't need more ornaments. Just purple and brown buys a shit ton of ornaments. I know, exactly, right? I spent like $80 today on ornaments. Allie! My niece Allie is here. Hi, Allie. How you doing, honey? I'm so glad you were able to pop on. That's so nice. So I'm going to hang this one up because this one needs to go and dry now because I can't do the opposite side until this one dries. So that's what it's going to look like once it's fully dry. And then I'm going to go grab the other ones and I'll show you how they look. Well, I'll bring you up to speed on this design. Okay, I'm going to have to get up and walk around a little bit. And so I had this big pink ornament and I wanted to play with it. And so I did this. This is the original design and I did it in Tombstone in the bliss drops. Fell in love with it. Got super excited. Went and did the other side. I'm like, this doesn't look the same. That's really weird. And realized I had picked up and used the wrong paint. Oh, I sneezed a ton less. Mom and I's breathing was both significantly better. Audrey wasn't scratching. Yeah, craziness. So while this looks beautiful, it wasn't the intended color. Monsoon, thank you. So that one is Monsoon. This one is Tombstone. So what I'd wanted to do was Tombstone all the way around, but I messed it up. But that's okay. It was still really fun. And then I'll show you the other ones. But yeah, sneezed a lot less. A lot less. Allie, what are you up to this weekend? All right. So then I did another shiny green one, but I used, which one's the wet one? That one's the wet one. I used aloe. That's true. I very well could. And this is what aloe... I like this one because it looks like it's just almost etched onto the ornament. It makes me so happy. I love this one so much. So that one in about another 24 hours and that will look dry. Thank you. I love it. So I still want to put a couple little dots in there. I don't know if I'm going to use white or if I'm just going to use more of the aloe. We'll see. But that's that one. And then I'll show you the one I did with Sedona. So Sedona is this color. And it dries to be this fiery orangey gold red. And so then I did that. This one still needs that side done. Hi. And then this is Sedona. And I think with the Sedona one, I'm going to add either Chuckwalla or Mirage to just kind of tie the design together. So it's got the 3 sides done. Got to wait for the 3rd side to dry. And then we're going to do the 4th. But I think it looks pretty cool. And I love how this one dries. That one definitely needs a note saying handmade because, oh, that's so nice of you to say. That's so fun. I love them. I am completely and totally addicted. That's all I want to do. So, I thought that tonight we will do, I am dying to do Tombstone on a white matte ornament. So we've got these white ones. And I want to do, I really, really, really want to do a Tombstone one. That's why I keep buying paint, because playing with the new stuff is so motivating. It totally is. It really is. I'm like, I totally have a new fire. I'm like, let's paint another 70 ornaments. It'll be fine. We'll do it in 4 days. And realistically, I probably could, because each of these sides, each of the 4 sides, really only takes about 40 minutes. Maybe even half an hour. All right, so tell me what's going on this weekend. What's everybody up to this weekend? Allie, what are you doing? Are you still here? What are you up to this weekend? Oh, Lauren, that's so sweet. How you doing? Hi, Kim. Did your ornament get there yet, Lauren? I think the white... Yeah, I made a list today because I wanted to go through which colors I wanted to use on which ornament. And the white ones, I pretty much said, well, all of them. So what I will probably do is do a few of them, and like probably 2 of each color at first, and then I'll start to build each one and maybe buy more. I know they have a light pink matte color as well. So I would like to get some of those too, because I think that would be really pretty. Yeah, all of them, right? Every single color. I'm like, here's a purple one, and here's a gold one, and here's a blue one, and here's a dark blue one, and here's a black one, and a white one, and everything. Hey, Kelly. Making tumblers and moved into pens and wristlets this weekend. Very nice. Trying to stay dry. Nothing yet. I'll check after and see if I can get an update on where it's at for you. Oh, I'm so glad, Kelly. That's wonderful. Oh, that makes me really happy. I'm so glad to hear that. Hi, Joyce. How you doing? I'm doing good, thank you. Except I am wildly congested. I just gotta find my tissue so I can blow my nose. Hold on. Sorry, guys. One more sec. Got a nose like a foghorn. Ugh. Here, actually, let me take a quick look here, Lauren. I can look right now. If you are looking to order any ornaments, I am going to be adding some more to the website this weekend, hoping to have them available on the website on Monday or Tuesday. And then the last day that I can guarantee that ornaments will arrive in time, so the deadline to order will be December 15th. I'm just pulling it up here to see what I can track. It says it's out for delivery, so hopefully you should get it in the next day or two, Lauren. That could be a good sign. You're welcome. So how many people have markets this coming weekend? And are you selling at a market? Or are you going to a market? Because there's lots of good holiday shopping. I went to a market last weekend with my neighbor that I go bowling with. And spent way more money than I intended to. Oh, you're welcome. Ended up buying some crystals. Got myself some earrings. But, ouch. It wasn't very well organized. And it was a real tight squeeze getting through. So I hope you guys have good markets if you have some this weekend. We're getting into crunch time before Christmas with lots and lots of markets. I feel like I see signs up everywhere for different craft fairs and everything. All right, I'm just cleaning off my tools. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to use the chalk pen. And I'm just going to try and kind of find the middle. So what you can do is measure it out. Oh. So let's give that a shot. So if we were to measure this out, so that looks about right. So we're going to go right around there for the middle. Looks pretty good. So then I'm going to use one of the Happy Dotting Company molds. I think this is for the 3-inch stone. Find my... Can't see shit because it's white on white. Where are you? Seriously, not even close, Jamie. There you are. Okay, so now try and get this straight up and down. Sorry, you guys. And then I'm marking the first one and the last one. First one first one and the last one. Looks about right. Okie dokie. Now we can start painting. Oh no. Oh, I hate that. When you go with a list and then you realize the list didn't have everything that it needed to have on the list and you don't realize it till you get home. All right. So, giving it a good shake. This is Tombstone. I do have a very sneaking suspicion that I will need to be placing another order with Tara very, very soon. Also, I couldn't answer you when you asked. Weekend plan is to make gifts. No markets. Not doing any this year at all. I'm not doing any this year. Yeah, hopefully everyone who's doing markets has a great, great season. Makes lots and lots of money and clears out lots and lots of inventory so that there's room to make new fun stuff. Tara has markets tomorrow too. Oh, I hope she does great. I hope she sells lots of paints. If I was at a craft show and I came across anybody who was selling paints that they made themselves, you can bet your ass I'd be buying all kinds of it. All right, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to zoom in a bit. It's going to be a little hard to see the actual ornament because of the glare, but make sure it's the right one. It is Tombstone, but this is going to show up really well. So, oop, it farted. Nice and puffy. Like, these paints make me look good. I'm telling you, if you are not comfortable with swoops yet, these would be excellent paints to play with. Oops. I'm actually going to straighten that one out a little bit. There we go. That's better. Just fills up a little more of the space. Oh, I love it. Okay, sounds good, Kelly. I'll check that after the live. I've never sold at them, but I also have no idea when, where, any are to shop them. That's the hard part. There's a lot of research that has to go into finding out, is it the right market for you, what kind of demographic they have, what other vendors there are, where are they even being held, how much are they, how far in advance do you have to book a table. Sometimes Christmas shows you book a table in July. I never really had great success at markets myself. Now, I don't believe I was ever at the right markets that would have actually been the right ones for me and my stuff. And I want to try them again someday, but there's so much work. Just got to be ready for it. So yeah, if anybody is doing markets this weekend or at all this Christmas season, hope it goes really, really well for you. I'm wishing you tons of success. I only ever sold on Etsy openly, but that got to be too problematic, so now it's just gift and commissions. Yeah, make your life as easy as possible, right? Hi, Katie. How are ya? I see that some comments were filtered, so just keep that in mind. I want to do markets, but just started to make stuff, so I'm thinking next year. And that's a good idea, too. See what you can do as far as inventory, right? You don't know how much you'll need or how much. Sometimes just testing and seeing how much can I actually make. How many items can I make and to have lots of inventory. But there's a lot of trial and error. Try to just enjoy the experience no matter what and learn as much as you can. There's so much stuff to learn at these markets. And it's a great spot to get to know other makers in your community. And they often will tell you about other markets, like, oh, your stuff would do really well at this place. Let someone help you figure that out if it's something that you want to get into. I got to be really careful that these paints don't run together. So I'm going to be watching. Oh no! What are you? Are you a booger? Unacceptable. Get out. You're a big booger too. Alright, it's okay. We're going to do this. And we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this. That'll be fine. It's fine. Doing great. Oh, I'm so glad. In her ballet christening concert. Oh, cute. Probably Katie making naughty comments. I'm glad it went well. So all the new stuff is going for Christmas presents. Good call. That's nice too. That sounds like a fun way to start the weekend, Katie. All right. Now we Sorry, I didn't realize I'd need to focus and not talk while I was doing this part. Dun, dun, dun. I get to babysit the toddler this afternoon while Mom and Dad watch the concert. Nice. And then you'll paint when they get home? That's wonderful. That sounds like a good way to spend the evening or the day. Sorry, I always default to evening because it's late here, where it's 8 p.m. here. Almost 9 now. That's crazy. Oh, it's 8:30. Okay. Not as much time had passed as I thought. That's a good thing. All right. That one's done. Thank you, Cindy. Lunchtime tomorrow. Oh, I didn't realize you were that far away. Yeah, you're super far ahead. I am. I'm using the Bliss Drop bottles. This one is one of Tara's colors. This is Tombstone. And I tried it on a plastic ornament just to play with it and fell in love with it. And have since gone out and bought more ornaments to paint so that I can try them all. I love this design though. I can't get enough of it. Yeah, long way to walk. Yeah, I think that's exactly it, Letitia. It progresses so quickly and I get so much done so fast that it just kind of boggles my mind a little bit. Totally makes the passage of time not feel real, you know? You're 100% right there. You totally do need these paints. So these are paints by Deserted Bliss. If you want to buy them, you can go to Deserted Bliss's TikTok page. I'm not affiliated in any way other than I am an absolute lover of these paints and a huge cheerleader of Tara's. as so many people on this live are. And these are super freaking fun paints. Are you getting back to doing some painting, Cindy? Like, it's crazy how much fun I find this. All right. Like, come on. If you are at all intimidated by swoops in any way, shape, or form, please try them. Please, please try them. They are freaking amazing. Yeah, so it gets a bit darker, but it looks just like the end of this. There actually is paint on the end. You can see the little bulge there. So it's a black metallic. So it will get a bit darker. A lot of the other paints, they have a much bigger color change when they go from wet to dry. Back on the prednisone. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and a really long snorkel too. Yeah, I don't know if I would touch the bottom. Someday I'd love to get over there. I'm so excited to try all the colors. I'll have to grab my list here in a second, and we'll have a look at the colors. A lot of them, like the teal, I want to use the light blue and use the white. Like, I think there are going to be certain colors that I'm definitely going to go through faster. Of course, depending on what the project is, right? But I think that's going to be something that I'm just going to expect, that there's going to be certain colors that I need a little more of for certain projects. Okay, I'll bring Jennifer. Hell yeah. That would be fun as hell. Couple bubbles. There we go. All right. Oh, that one's going to run together. Couple bubbles. Go. So the two main designs that are going to be on opposite sides are the biggest ones, and then I do kind of a smaller version in between to fill the space. Now, on all the ones that I've done, both of the opposite sides have ended up being completely different sizes. So I haven't been terribly consistent where that's concerned. And this one's a little cockeyed now. It's a little tilted this way. So I'm just going to have to try and camouflage that a little bit. Whoopsie. No one will ever know. It'll be fine. I'm so in love. It's not even funny. Yeah, for the foreseeable future, this is all I want to do. So this one's a little cockeyed, but you know what? Hopefully, by the time the whole design is done, like all 4 sides of it, we won't even be able to tell. All right. Sorry, I was off the... Oh, Katie, thank you for the roses. That's so kind of you. Pick me up on the way. We'll drown and succeed together. There you go. Yeah, definitely it would be reversed. Hey, Kat, how are ya? Good to see ya. How you been? So I'm using Bliss Drops by Deserted Bliss. Tara is an artist that has come up with her own line of paints, and they are dreamy. Absolutely dreamy. So I'm going to be painting with these for quite some time until I run out, and then until the next shipment gets here. I haven't placed the order yet because I want to see which ones I run out of first. You're okay just here? Well, I'm glad you're here. It's not just, it's real. And I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Holly. This is fun. I'm having way too much fun. Well, no such thing, but yeah, it makes me really freaking happy. So we're going to just keep going through ornaments, and we'll change the colors, and we're going to keep doing this design over and over and over as we work our way through these ornaments that I've got. The white ones are the ones where we're going to have the most experimentation with color, or just because it just goes with everything, right? So there is side number 1. We'll repeat this on the other side, and then we'll put the filler stuff in between. I love the blacks so much. So much. Okay, I am going to hang this up, and then we'll grab the next one. So satisfying, too, because you get to switch colors and do a whole bunch. It feels like you're making all kinds of progress. All right, I'm coming back. Bear with me. I'm just hanging up this ornament. Oh, it looks so pretty. I'm so happy. Oh, they make me absolutely giddy. All right. Ornament on number 2. And what color do we want to do this time? I think we should do... Let's do one that we haven't done yet. I haven't done anything with Superstition yet in the purple. Should I do that? Bear with me one second. I just gotta get this stupid thing out of the package. If you're new to my lives, hi, my name is Jamie. Welcome. I'm happy you're here. I'm excited to sit and paint for a couple hours with you tonight. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask. I do have a YouTube channel that has beginner tutorials, got downloadable patterns, and workshop recordings on my website. So if you want to try painting dot mandalas, I do have some resources there. All of that stuff is linked through you know where. So check that out if you have any questions. Or, of course, just come here and ask questions, and I'm happy to do the best that I can to answer them for you. While I'm painting, I can't see the screen on my phone, So what I'll typically do is I'll paint for a few minutes, then I'll pause and come back to the comments and catch up. So if it takes me a minute or two to answer your question or comment, please know I'm not ignoring you. I'll just have to wait until I can actually see the screen again, okay? I'm going to scroll back right now and catch up before I start painting again. Bear with me. Thanks, Marie. Marie or Mary? Thanks, Joyce. Aw, thanks, Jennifer. I can't wait to see it. Is it so much fun, Tina, that new red? Well, you missed at the very beginning of the live, Katie. That's exactly what I did with one of the other ornaments. And I somehow managed to drop it and it wasn't completely ruined. I have no idea why. But somehow, it managed to happen. So yes, I'm using acrylic paint. These particular paints that I'm using are Bliss Drops by our friend Tara of Deserted Bliss. She's a fellow dot mandala artist who has developed her own line of paints, and they're fantastic. But otherwise, I use any number of brands of acrylic paints. Yeah, they're the ones that I go for. Did you notice any drip shift when they hang or dry? No, it stays in place really well. I find the only thing that I still have a little bit of an issue with is my own placement of the dots, because I'm placing the dots at the top of the swoops. I'm placing them a little close together, so some of them are running together a little bit. It hasn't turned it into one big globby mess or anything yet, but I'm on the cusp of that. So it does move a little bit so that you want to be able to space things out a little bit more than you normally would. Oh, thanks, Holly. We did. We definitely did. It was nice to get the change of scenery. Yeah, all of the colors. Yeah, I've heard about the red and I've seen the red in her videos and it's freaking amazing. Hi, April. Oh, it's nice to meet you. And hello in Winnipeg. How you doing? Are you freezing? Are you doing all right? I'm so glad you find it relaxing. I find it really relaxing too, so I'm happy to have you here hanging out with me. With all of us. We've got a pretty good crew here. Hi, Audrey. How you doing? Audrey's coming out for a snack. How are you doing, Holly? How you feeling? Oh, very nice. That's nice when you get a good day. All right, so last time I marked my center and I went a little cockeyed with my design. So we're going to say that our center is right about here. So this time I have to make sure that I draw my stencil straight up and down this time. Well, I'm glad you're having some good weather in Winnipeg. That's awesome. We got lots of peggers who pop onto the live. Okay, so is that going to be actually straight? Let's find out. So I just try and get a dot on the surface. Oh yeah, that's right. Now I was supposed to do one over here. Oops. Over here. All right, let's see. Is that straight or is that crooked again? Freaking crooked again. All right, bear with me here. One thing about the chalk markers, they don't do great on the matte ornaments. They don't wipe off very cleanly. You know what, we're just going to not wipe anything else off. We're just going to make the best of it. And I'll wipe it down at the end to get rid of any of the last residue. It'll be fine. Okay. Superstition. My wrist is doing really well right now. Fantastic. Oh, Holly, that's wonderful. No surgery needed. Oh, it was good to see you, Jennifer. I'm so glad you popped in. So always glad to spend time with ya. Purple's your favorite color? I'm so excited too. This one's going to be a fun one. They still think it could be rheumatoid arthritis, which I do not want. Well, I'm glad that they're still going to do tests to try and rule that out, and hopefully if at least get you taken care of, heaven forbid if that is what it is, right? I hope it's not too, Holly. All right, so here we go. So this is going to dry slightly darker and with some pretty good kind of color shift tendencies. I'll show you the lid of the bottle. Oh my God, I love these paints so much. Yeah. Yep. I'm hooked. Mush that one together. So it looks quite light right now. But it will darken quite a bit when it dries. I'll show you the wet and the dry against each other here. So that is the wet color, and then that is what it's going to dry to. So much paler there and dark there. Yeah, they're fantastic. These are amazing. So I'm gonna turn it this way. Sorry, my brain just went somewhere else for a minute, so sorry. I'm back. They make swooping significantly easier. Like, it's crazy how much easier these are. The biggest trick that I have to get used to is how to space them far enough apart so they don't run together. Like, those are risking running together. So you know what I should do? Let's do this. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. Let's try this one. Oh, there we go. I moved it over a little bit. That should help. There we go. All right. I've never tried Nuvo drops, so I'm not sure. I'm guessing that they would be. I'm gonna guess yes, Sarah. Anybody who has used Nuvo drops, can you guys weigh in on that for us? Oops. Nuvo looks the same. Well, there you go. Sometimes I can't judge how tight I'm squeezing the bottle. I'm not getting much on there. Hold on. Come on. There we go. Pretty much the same, but I think these have some sparkle to them as opposed to the others. Hey, Mark. How you doing? It's good to see ya. Thanks for coming to hang out tonight, you guys. It's good to see ya. I've been playing with this new design, and now I'm doing it in every color. And I've totally been spotting more chalk all over the place because I had it on my hand. So I'm making such a mess. It's okay. We'll clean it up. After everything is dry, probably won't even be able to see it by then. It'll just naturally wear off. I love coming back to these ornaments after the paint's dried and seeing the color transformation. There's some that are definitely more dramatic than others, but they're all really satisfying. Oh, that's not the right tool. I am low-key afraid that I'm going to stick my sweater in there, so I'm going to stop in a second and just push up my sleeve because I'm a little nervous. There we go. No. Okay, we're okay. Whew. Almost dropped it. Almost dropped it. Ooh, UV resin for the first time. What are you putting UV resin on? Are you doing wood? Yeah, I think it's only because they don't ship to the Netherlands. The Terra doesn't ship to the Netherlands, I think. So yeah, Candy, if you're painting on wood, make sure that that wood has a couple of really good coats of varnish on it to seal the wood. Otherwise, the wood can leach air bubbles into the resin from below, and it's really, really frustrating to see bubbles that you have no hope in being able to pop. So just take your time, play with it, be okay with experimenting, knowing not every single one is going to work out perfectly, and just try and keep practicing as much as you can. Oh, thanks, Heather. About double the price of Nouveau. Oh, thank you for the heart, me, Sarah. And that's hard, eh, when it's that much of a difference. For this to dry, this takes about 24 hours. So what I'm doing is, the way that I'm doing the design on these ones is, I paint this side, then let it dry, then I replicate the design on the other side, and then once it's dry, then I do a filler over on the side, and then I do a filler on the other side. So these ornaments in total take about 4 days to paint, but stopping just because we need to stop lots to let them dry. But these paints too, they dry rock freaking hard. I had a super paranoid moment today. I'd had the green ones that I added one of the extra sides to today, and it was sitting in the plastic containers that these glass ornaments come in from Michael's, those inserts. And I went to pull one off, and I heard that like it was unsticking, and my heart just sank. I thought, oh my God, I've ruined the design by sitting them on this thing. And they're perfectly fine. You wouldn't even know that they were technically stuck to something else. These paints are drying rock hard. Like I even try to kind of tap with my fingernail to kind of see if they create dents. They don't. It's really cool. So it's really nice too because we get a lot of this texture on the finished ornament. Because they stay really nice and puffy too. So yeah, highly recommend. These will be a staple and a necessity in my paint collection. Make sure I don't touch anything. Yeah, the swooping is incredibly easier with these paints. Thanks, Mark. Hi, Sarah. How are ya? Thanks for the pumpkin spice latte, too. That's so sweet. I hope that answers your question, Auntie Tills. I would totally have them if they weren't expensive for me to get to complete my collection. Hi, Paula. How are ya? It's good to see ya. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Oh, I gotta push my sleeve up. I forgot. All right, I set you there. Push my sleeve up so I don't stick my sleeve in the paint. Okay, there we go. Yes, this is acrylic paint. And it is made by our friend Tara. Deserted Bliss is the name of her account, and these paints are called Bliss Drops. She has a website for customers in the US and Etsy for international. Turn. Sorry, totally zoned myself out there for a minute. I'm very relaxed. This is so fun. If you're new to my lives, hi and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Jamie. I'm a Dot Mandela artist and teacher. I have a YouTube channel linked in my bio that has a tutorials playlist if you want to learn how to paint these designs. I also have some downloadable patterns and workshop recordings available on my website, and all my hand-painted items are on my website as well. All of that stuff is linked through my bio, and of course you're always welcome to just come here and ask any questions that you like. While I'm painting, I can't see the screen on my phone, so what I'll typically do is I'll paint for a little bit and then I'll pause and I'll come back to the comments when I pause and catch up on anything that I've missed, and then go back to painting and kind of go back and forth doing that. So if it takes me a minute or so to answer your comment or question or say hello, please know that it is not personal. I promise I'm not trying to ignore you. It just takes me a minute or so to come back to the comments and catch up. So I just don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you if it takes me a minute. All right. That one. Side one is done. So now I'm going to turn that And then we're gonna do, so that, should we do, what one should we do next? Oh, it doesn't matter. We've got 2 more hours. We're gonna get through one of every damn color. It's gonna be so fun. Okay, I'm gonna hang this one up, and then we'll let that one dry and come right back. Thanks, Auntie Tills. All right, so we hang this one up, and I'll be right back, and we'll get started on the next one. All right, so I have a little system set up made of wires on my door frame right above the kitty litter, but that's where I'm hanging all the ornaments to dry. So I just used eye hooks and some picture hanging wire, and I'm missing the top one because it broke, but that's how I dry all the ornaments. So they're all hanging up there, waiting to dry, waiting for when I was painting the plastic ones, they would be waiting for varnish. But thankfully, these ones are not going to get varnished. So that speeds up a lot of stuff. All right, so we did tombstone, which is the black on the white ornament. We have done purple. So I think now I really want to try, I think I really want to try the red, which is Sedona. It's kind of this red gold color shifting. So it's going to look very different. So almost going to look flesh colored, kind of like a lighter peach color. And then when it dries, it turns to this color. So first thing we got to do is find our center. So, because I've measured it a bunch of times before, that is right about here. So that is our center. Taking the stencil from Happy Dotting Company, placing it right there over the dot, and I'm going to mark, oops, a couple guidelines. Just a couple dots. All right. I don't think I need that side one. Okay. Oh, sugar. I think it's there. Okay. All right. So now let's use this one. I have to get this one for sure. Nuva Drops does not have a good red one. I definitely want to try the other red too that's in the shimmer series that Tina was talking about. With these ones too. So there's 2 different reds that you could be able to try, Cindy, with the Bliss drops. All right, we ready? Here we go. So it's gonna be this light pinky peachy color. But it's gonna dry to be that really cool kind of fire engine red. And you know what? I'm going to get rid of this dot now that I don't need it, just so that it's not in the way. I know it looks like I'm making a bigger mess than I need to be, but I promise it'll be okay. All right. Here we go. Nice chunky swoops. So I'm just using a nail dotting ball stylus tool to drag that paint into the swoop shape. If you have been trying swoops and getting frustrated with swoops, this is definitely paint you want to use. These paints are Bliss Drops. They're available at Deserted Bliss. Tara's got a TikTok, and all the social medias, and a website and an Etsy. So if you search for Deserted Bliss on any of those, you will find her and find all of these other paints that she's made. She is a fellow dot mandala artist and who is developed her own line of paints, and that's the paints I'm using here. If you are also looking for other Christmas ornaments, yes, I do have some available. I will be adding some more to my website. However, my purpose of mentioning this right now is that our friend Jenna J. Grons is having a mystery ornament live sale tonight. So if you have been waiting to get your hands on one of her ornaments, then definitely go check out her live tonight, and you can just go and show her some love if you are not in the position to buy, or if it's just not your thing. If you could go give J. Grons some love to help her get that live in front of a lot of people and hopefully sell a lot of ornaments. All right. She sold out already? Fuck yeah. That's amazing. Thanks, Michelle. That's awesome. Kick ass, Jenna. Wonderful. Lovely. Well, then there you go. That's fan-freaking-tastic. What a genius idea she had, eh, for that mystery stuff. That's so freaking fun. Absolutely brilliant. That's amazing. If you are wanting to learn to paint dot mandalas and you're new to this art form, there are so many incredible artists out there, and the best thing that you can do is to watch as many different artists as you can. There's no one right or wrong way to do these things, so the more artists you watch, the more examples you can get for ways to do this yourself. Sometimes it's just finding a different way to hold the tool so it's more comfortable. There can be certain styles and certain techniques that different artists kind of specialize in or tend to focus on, I guess would be a better word. And so many of these artists are sharing how to do this stuff and sharing tips and tricks and all of that. So if you're wanting to learn, watch as many different artists as you can so that you can get a whole bunch of different perspectives. Like even coming here, this is the way that I do things. It is not the right way necessarily. It's not even the most efficient way or effective way. It's just a way, right? And that's how it is with absolutely everybody. But you'll pick up a lot of good stuff if you make sure that you're studying a couple different artists. And even if Jen is sold out, go give her some love. Check out her shop. She has a lot of other amazing hand-painted items that are there. You never know if it's the gift that you're looking for. Yeah. And if you feel like it, check out mine too. I've got ornaments and all kinds of fun stuff on there. These ones are not available on my website yet. I don't know when they will be, but I will keep you guys posted as best as I can. If there's one that you see me working on that you want to kind of call dibs for, these large ornaments are going to be $42 Canadian plus shipping. And if there's a certain one that you want, send me a message and let me know and I'll set it aside for you. Sorry, it's noisy. Sadly, that's a Friday night around here. Ah. This is so much freaking fun. Oh, I love it. I'm so in my element. I live in a city. Yes. Yeah, I live right in a fairly busy area of town, the city that I live in. I used to live in the country. I used to live on a farm. But I am living with my mom. And yeah, moved in with her in the city. Hi, Kath. How you doing? I have one that's mostly done. So I will, once I finish this side and then I have to hang this one up, I'll show you the other ones that are done. I've got one that's done, but it's waiting to dry. So it's kind of done. So with this particular design, I'm doing 4 designs, and each one is going to be about 24 hours apart to really let the other side dry for when I'm holding on to it and everything. So each ornament really takes about 4 days to make, but I can make a whole bunch in one day, which is kind of nice. So yeah, I do have one that has all 4 sides done. But I just painted the 4th side today, so it might still look a little odd because the paint might still be wet. But I will show it to you as soon as I'm done this one and I go to hang this one up, okay? This one I think is one of the biggest color transformations, I guess, with these paints. This one and maybe Chuckwalla too, which is kind of a gold, but it also kind of has a pinky tinge. I think those would be the 2 that have the biggest color change property from wet to dry, So, let me just scroll back here. Thanks, Tina. Thanks, Marg. Yeah, my website is linked in my bio as well as my YouTube. If you want to learn how to do this, and on my website I've got patterns and workshop recordings, and then I've got some hand-painted stuff. These ones are not on there yet. If you want one of these ones, these are going to be $42 Canadian plus shipping, and you can shoot me a message and I'll set one aside for you until it's done and ready to go. Thanks, Michelle. So this paint I leave it for about 24 hours. It is dry to touch significantly faster than that, but I've been leaving it 24 hours before I do the other side just because I have to hold on to it, and I don't want the warmth of my hands or the oils in my hands to soften the paint and cause it to dent. So I'm leaving each one 24 hours, but it does dry significantly faster. So if you were painting something flatter where you didn't have to wait to turn it and hold a different side, you'd be able to move on a little bit faster than that, probably just a couple hours. Hope that answers your question, Valerie. So, Elizabeth, I'll use all kinds of different brands of acrylic paints. These ones are called Bliss Drops. They are made by our friend Tara, and her business is called Deserted Bliss. So if you search Deserted Bliss here on TikTok, you will see her making these paints and testing them out and showing her creations that she's done with them. They're absolutely amazing. She's a fellow dot mandala artist, and she's developed her own line of paints, and they are so much fun. But I will use regular acrylic paints very often. I use acrylic paints from the dollar store, ones from Michael's. Doesn't really matter. Multi-surface acrylic paints, enamel and glass paints are another kind of acrylic paint that I'll use if I'm painting on ceramics or glass. So if I was painting a mug or something like that. Only seen them as top dots. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so glad you like them. They're neat, eh? They're so much fun. So much fun. You're welcome, Kath. You're welcome, Valerie and Elizabeth. No problem. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I'll do my best to answer, okay? And I go live usually 6 to 8 hours a week. My live schedule is pinned to the top of my TikTok feed. So if you ever want to know where I'm going to be live and when, it is all there. Now, I usually lately have been putting up at least a week, if not 2 weeks of a schedule in advance. And for the next little while, I'm going to be posting a little more last minute and only posting the schedule for a few days at a time. We've got a couple projects we're working on around the apartment here that I might have to just kind of drop everything and work on. Things that need to get worked on ASAP too. So I'd rather schedule late than to schedule something and not and have to cancel it or reschedule and not be able to show up. So, but keep an eye on the pinned post on my profile here, and it will let you know where I'm going to be. All right, so that's that one. Remember that color is going to dry to look like that. It's going to look so different. And so maybe even by the time this live is done, we might get a better sense of this darkening. You can see the center ones are darkening compared to the outer ones. It's so cool to watch. So Elizabeth, I have some beginner tutorials on my YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube channel that's linked in my bio, there is a tutorials playlist. And there are beginner tutorials in there. I do apologize. My organization on my YouTube channel is absolute garbage. But they do exist there. And if you have a look for some of the beginner patterns, they're full-length classes, couple hours each, sometimes multiple parts that are a couple hours each, just workshops to walk you through these different projects. I used to do Facebook Live tutorials on Saturdays, and these are all of those recordings. Yeah. I hope that helps. Thank you, Be Empowered. Aw, thanks, Marg. Thanks, Cindy. All right, I am going to hang this one up. So this is where I'm going to set this one to dry until tomorrow. We'll check back in on it later tonight, though, to see what it looks like when it's dry. And I will grab one of the finished ones. Or the finished one, I guess. Just gotta hang this one up first. One sec. All right. Now this one's a little bit closer to dry, so this one's a good one to show you. So this is what it's going to look like finished. Now this one almost just looks like it's etched. This is the wet side, so I want to make sure I don't touch it. So there's side number 1. Let me hold it this way. Let me move that too so that doesn't drop in the wet paint. So that was the first side that I painted. Then I painted the second side. No, that was the first side I painted. Then that was the second side. I managed to do a lot of my second sides a lot smaller. And then that's the filler. And then the one that's wet over on this side is the other filler. So I love this one because this color, this is the aloe in the bliss drops. So it's a light oceany turquoisey teal, but on this green, it's perfection. It looks like it's just etched into the surface. I love this one. So all of these are going to have this design going all the way around. And I'll probably add in some other little details here and there once I see how it looks when they're completely finished. But I love them so much. They're so much fun. Ooh. All right. Ooh, that's pretty good. So, all right, so that's 3 done of the first side. Now let's go. Yeah, the green is amazing, isn't it? All right, let me scroll back and catch up on what I missed. Sorry, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Valerie. Thanks, Mark. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm so glad. So glad you like them. All right, I'm going to just make sure that these are done up tight. So now What if we do the white on white? Do the mirage on the white ornament and do that one next? I think we should. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Kath. And thanks, Lynn. All right, so tape measure. I'm going to mark the center. And I'm going to go right here because this is going to be covering that little scratch, which is great. All right. Oh my. What are you? That went all goopy. All right. So there is our center. And then I'm going to use the 3-inch stone mold from Happy Dotting Company. We're going to place that there. And then we mark the first one. I'm just putting little dots. I don't want to make anything too major. Okay, so we got our dots. And now give it a shake and off we go. These ones are glass ornaments. These ones are glass ones. All right, so just gonna make that as light as I can. There we go. All right. I think this one is gonna look cool too. I think this is gonna look, the texture on this with the white glitter on the white is gonna look really amazing. I hope it's not too hard to see though. Is it okay to see? I never anticipated the level of pure joy in using these paints. New paints are always fun, but when you get that one idea and you're like, ooh, and that's all you want to do for a while, God, it's so satisfying. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and place another order tomorrow. Oh, that's not good. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Damn it. Damn it. Come on. Behave. Behave yourself. I think we'll still be all right. I think we're all right. Maybe. That's better. So these tools with the silicone brushes on the ends, I've always really liked them, but they continue to kind of prove their value whenever they work on stuff like that. Hi, Anthony. Is there anything worse than when it's raining cats and dogs? Yes, hailing taxis. Wah, wah, wah. No, I don't have all the colors yet. I picked my favorite ones, and of course I bought them right before she released the Shimmer series, so I haven't bought any more yet until I had a chance to play with them a lot more. And with that Shimmer series out too. So it's on the list for sure. And that shiny spot will start to go away too when these start to dry. So that'll sort itself out. All right, how are we doing? How's everybody doing? Anybody have any questions? Mel Sue, I see you tagged a bunch of us. Do you have a question? All right. Thank you, everybody, for sharing the live and for all of the likes. I appreciate all the love. So, Christine, these are called Bliss Drops. They are by Deserted Bliss. Tara, who has developed that company and these paints, is a fellow dot mandala artist and developed her own line of paints. And they are freaking amazing. So they are acrylic paints that she creates and adds in there. So typically acrylic paints is what I'm using on these ornaments. But the specific brand of these ones is Bliss Drops. Woo! Almost jumped right out of my hand. You're welcome, Christine, and thank you so much. Thanks, guys. If you're new to my lives, hi and welcome. My name is Jamie. I am a dot mandala artist and teacher. And while I'm painting, just know that I can't see the screen on my phone, so if it takes me a minute to answer your question or comment, please know that I'm not ignoring you. I'll pause every once in a while to come back to the comments and just catch up on anything that I've missed. So yeah, if it takes me a moment or two to answer your comment or question, just know that I'm not ignoring you and I will come back to it. So just bear with me. If you are interested in learning how to paint dot mandalas, I do have a YouTube channel that has a tutorials playlist on it that has beginner tutorials and a bunch of other projects. I also have step-by-step patterns and workshop recordings that are also good for beginners. And my website and my YouTube are both linked in my bio. I also go live about 6 to 8 hours a week and am happy to answer questions that you may have. So always feel that you can come here and answer, see if you can get your questions answered. I can't promise you that I will know the answer, but I will do my absolute best to get you the answer. And there's a lot of great people in this community that typically have the answer when I don't. So yeah, just welcome. It's nice to have you here. We're going to be live here tonight for about another hour and a half. Just going to keep working on these ornaments and doing them in more and more different colors. Excuse me, sorry. And I tend to zone out a little bit too, so please bear with me. I don't know if Patty, if you're here tonight, if you are here, please know that I will get that product listing for those ornaments done for you very, very soon. And I'm sorry for dropping the ball on that. Why did that go all weird? There we go. Dee-dee. And these dry with so much texture. These ornaments are going to feel so satisfying. So I'm doing this one side. Each ornament is going to have basically 4 sides to the design, but they have to dry. I want them to dry anyway completely in between each side, just so that I don't run a risk of sticking my hand in wet paint when I'm trying to hold on to it. So I'll hang this up for about 24 hours. Probably don't need completely 24 hours. However, I'd rather err on the side of caution just in case. And these do dry really, really nice and rock hard. So what we're doing tonight is just going through a whole bunch of ornaments, as many as we can, and get the first side done on a bunch of these. And we're going to play with a bunch of different colors. So this is color number 4 on these white ornaments. Oops, I'm using the wrong tool here. And we've got 4 more to try. And I'm using Bliss Drops, which is a paint created by our friend Tara at Deserted Bliss. Oh, sorry for the shaking. I didn't level my table when I moved it back into place tonight. Sorry about that, you guys. All right. So this one now will be hung to dry, and we'll see how that looks after it dries a bit. So it's going to go kind of silvery. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is. Yeah, it is elegant, isn't it? So fancy. Thanks, Nancy. How you doing? It's good to see ya. Haven't seen anyone doing your province? What province are you in, Elizabeth? Yes, Annie, this is acrylic paints. And thanks, Mark, for answering that. You like the white on white, Cindy? I'm so glad. Yeah, it's cool. I'm really pleased. Really, really pleased. Manitoba? Well, let me tell you. There are a bunch of people that hang out on these lives from Manitoba. So you might just find some local people by hanging out here on these lives, because we do have a few that are from Manitoba. Hi, Shard. Thanks for the love. Okay, I'm just going to hang this one up, and we can start on the next one. Can I tell you how satisfying this is to be going through these so quickly? It's so fun. All right. So letting them hang. And now we go on to the next one. So the next one I really want to use Chuckwalla. So this is going to be another one that's going to show a really cool change in color because it is a very different color when it's wet compared to when it's dry. So we are going to try that one. She has great color names too, eh? I can't even come up with names for my paintings. Fair is in Quebec. Nancy is in South Carolina. Yeah, they're really fun, Elizabeth. Absolutely. Highly recommend you do it. No, I don't have any of the light pink ones, but I am going to go to a different Michael's near me. Once I get all the ones, I went and I spent like $80 buying new ornaments to paint on today. So once I actually paint all of those, then I do plan to go and try and find some of the pale pink ones because they're such a pretty color. So if that's hanging up, that needs to be kind of like that. Okay. Just making a couple marks. Just so I can see how big my stuff needs to be here. Yeah, the light pink ornaments would be great with the white or the aqua or the blue or even the black. Wouldn't that be pretty? I'm head over heels in love with this design, and I really might never do anything else. This might be it. All right. Give the Chuckwalla shape. So this is called Chuckwalla. And it dries to be that color, the nice goldy color. Almost has some green and pinks in there too. And here we go. Oops. So this one's going to be another cool one to watch the transition of the color. Oh, that's way too close, Jamie. I don't want to put these dots too close, these swoops too close together because I don't want the paint to run together. It stays fairly firm, but when it's still wet, it can move a bit. So I'm going to just hold this way for a minute. See what I can do here. I can fix it. I can fix it. No problem. See? It's happening. It's fixing right there. And then that will go over here. And we will hope for no residual damage. Mother, brother pucker. Okay. I'm going to give people a little bit of a heart attack, but I am going to wipe this off. And it is going to change the look of the ornament, but we're not going to panic about that because it's going to change back when it dries. Okay. Let's try again. This time I will be a little more careful. Almost did it again, Jamie. That's okay. We're all right. So hard not to. It's the one thing that's difficult about this is it is a different spacing because of how the paint moves a little bit. So yeah, I always have to remind myself to leave more space than I would if I was using regular acrylics. Now sometimes just holding the ornaments in a different way, like when I go to hold it upside down like this, that can kind of help a little bit. but we might get a little bit of run together. Do, do, do. If I do and if I paint some, keep an eye on my shop, and I promise I will put them up there. I will post about it and keep you posted. Yeah, I'm terrified of dropping it too, for sure. And that's always the scary part about glass paints. I've got to do that again. I'm really sorry. That's really upsetting me. How much that's going to run together. In the light pink of the paint, the way it is now while it's wet, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but I'm worried about how it's going to show up when the paint dries. So, we're going to try one more time. Let's do this right here. Right here. Let's go. So this is not about the paints. It is about me and my spacing. So I want to go over here more. That's better. Oops. Better. That's a much better space. You're welcome, Nancy. Yeah, keep an eye on my lives, and I promise I will post about it if I get some. I have about, how many ornaments? I've got about 50 or 60 here that I have to paint first. So it's going to take me a bit of time. But if I can get some. And also know too that even December 15th is kind of the cutoff for if you place an order if it would make it to you by Christmas Day, right? Now I plan on making ornaments all year round. Not consistently all year round because I've got other stuff I want to paint too, but I will be painting ornaments year round, and they will be available on my website year round. So as I paint new ones, even outside of the holiday, they'll still go up on my website right away. I'm just mucking up all kinds of spacing, aren't I? It's all right. We'll make it work. It's fine. They'll all be just a little different, which is perfect. Perfect. Okay. I feel like I'm not going to have a lot of room here. That's okay. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask. I will do my absolute best to answer your questions. If you are interested in learning how to do dot mandala painting, I do have tutorials on my YouTube channel. There's a whole playlist there, about 30 different videos that are beginner friendly as well. I've got some downloadable patterns and some workshop recordings. The workshop recordings are also beginner friendly, and they're available on my website, and both of those are linked in my bio. I also post my live schedule, and it gets pinned to the top of my, yeah, that's fucking terrible. Okay, anyways, it gets pinned to my, to the top of my TikTok profile. So if you ever want to know where I'm going to be live, to come and hang out, happy to answer questions during the lives as well. I put those way too close together, but that's okay, because it's okay. It's going to be fine. We'll just modify the design slightly and we'll be fine. If you're new to my lives, just know that while I'm painting, I can't see the screen on my phone. So if you leave a comment or question and I don't answer it right away, I promise I will come back and catch up on anything that I've missed. It just might take me a couple of minutes. I just want to make sure you know that I'm not ignoring you. Yeah, it'll be fine. Totally, eh, Elizabeth? It's the ones that, they have that uniqueness when they're imperfect. It's how you know they're handmade too, right? So this is really cool because it's going to shift into that gold color as it dries. And I think that's going to look so sharp on these white ornaments. How do I turn this without sticking my hand in paint? There we go. Totally zoning out on you again, though, too. Absolutely. I agree with that, too, Mark. I totally agree with that, Mark. The paint that I'm using is called Bliss Drops. It is by Deserted Bliss. Our friend Tara here on TikTok has developed her own line of paints. She's a fellow dot mandala artist. And these are the paints that she's developed. They're so wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to paint with. And they dry with this amazing texture that's rock hard. But if you enjoy the tactile sensation of ornaments with this kind of a design, it's really satisfying. So we've got 8 different paint colors. 8, yes. So we're going to do a couple of each, I think. I'm probably going to end up having to go back and buy more ornaments, but... And then I've got other colored ornaments as well. We've got teal, kind of a dark midnight blue, and a red matte color as well. And some of them, and in the white as well, I've got more of the white, but I've got the smaller ornaments. These ones are 3-inch, and they also come in 2.5-inch. So these are 3.1-inch. I just read the box. 3.1-inch, and then the other ones are 2.5. So I'm going to be doing smaller versions of this on the 2.5-inch ornaments. So this is going to dry. I'll show you again. Once this is done, I'll show it to you up against the lid of the paint. So you can see what the color difference is going to be when it dries. This is going to change into a gold color. It's got some green undertones to it. Dun, dun. And maybe even by the end of the live, we will be able to see some of that color change already happening. I leave them to dry for about 24 hours before I pick it up and start doing the other sides of the ornament. But that's just to be extra cautious. They will start to dry and be able to be touched within a couple hours. I haven't tested it to see exactly, But I've gone back about 2 to 3 hours later, and they've been good. I just give them that extra time because I have to hold on to them while I'm painting, and I don't want the heat of my hands to warm up that paint again and potentially alter it in some way. All right, so that is that, and it is going to dry to that color. How cool is that, eh? Isn't it dreamy, morbid entomologist? Thank you. Isn't it amazing? This paint is absolutely incredible. Again, it's by Bliss. It's called Bliss Drops. It's by Deserted Bliss, run by Tara. She has a TikTok channel, Instagram, all the socials and everything, an Etsy shop and a website. They are fantastic. Highly recommend. They're really amazing. Like, if you don't enjoy doing swoops, these would be great paints to use to practice them. And if you do enjoy doing swoops, oh god, I keep hiccuping. Then these paints are just gonna be an absolute dream. Absolute dream to work with. All right, so we'll let them start to dry some more. And now we can move on to another color. Now we only have one more white one in front of us today. Should we do all of the white ones first? Or should we switch to another color? I've got red, I've got dark blue, and I've got teal too. What do you think? I'm game for either. So if you let me know if you think I should keep painting on. Once this one's done, should I keep doing white ornaments or should I switch to a different color? Teal. Vote for teal, vote for blue. Okay, cool. More white, okay. So I might do a little mix of both then. Because for the other colors, I don't have as many color combos as I really picked only 2 or 3 that I really want to focus on for the other colored ornaments. So that would be a good idea, a good opportunity to try out those color combos that I was working on. So we will do that. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. Then we'll switch to a teal, then we'll do a blue one, and then we'll come back to the white. Okay, I'm using a chalk marker. Now, on the matte ornaments, they don't come off greatly, so I'm trying not to put a huge mark on there, and I want to put my paint over top of it. All right. Let's do the pale blue for now. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, this is such a great blue, too. Oh, this is going to look so pretty and so icy when it's done. So this color is called Snowbird. I'm not affiliated or trying to sell you the paints, by the way. I'm just in love with them, and I think you should buy them. Or I think you might want to consider buying them anyway. Ooh, the cup is slipping. All right. Ooh. Whew. Your favorite, Mark? Yay. I think this is going to look really cool. I think it's going to look super icy. Like a big pretty snowflake. Oops. So those ones are kind of stuck together, so I'm going to use my silicone tool to try and kind of separate them out a bit. And it tends to work pretty well most times. All right, so we'll flip it around this way. All right. Okay, this is gonna look pretty. That's too close, maybe. Oh no, we're okay. Doesn't even matter if it's slightly off. Doesn't even matter. It's the beauty of it. Chin, chin, chin. All right, there's that so far. Oh, it looks so pretty. Okay, let me scroll back. Yes, this one is Snowbird. Cindy, how you doing, lovely? Good to see ya. The blue would look beautiful on a blue ornament too. Yeah, I was thinking that too. If I use this color blue and maybe some of the white for some accents on the dark blue ornament, I think that'll look really cool, eh, Casey? Show us the cap when you get back. So this is the cap. So this one's, it's going to darken a little bit and it's going to get that sheen nicely. Oh, awesome, Christine. Have so much fun with them. How you doing, Cindy? What you doing? What's new? When do I clean the ball? I'm not At the end, when I'm completely done, I'll go through with a wet cotton swab to get rid of any residual chalk marks. But that's really about it. Let me know if that answers your question, Shazia. Shazia or Shazai? I apologize. I know I'm not going to pronounce it correctly. But let me know if that answers your question. So yeah, I will remove the chalk after, once all the paint is completely dry. That was a little tilted too, but that's all right. I always managed to make this right side go up a little bit higher than the other. It's okay. It's fine. Girl, no fun here. Oh, no. Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry, Cindy. Another week. That's awful. How miserable. I hope you get back to painting soon. Yeah. Yeah. No jackpot. We won enough to keep playing for a little while, but no running away to Fiji yet. Thanks, Annette. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, so this color will darken a little bit, and we'll see more of the metallic come out and be able to see it. In the pastel, it's hard to see the metallic properties, I find. Especially when we know it's going to dry a little different, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I know that was a really bad angle. I had to hold it that way to be able to feel like I was doing it right. Now we turn it. Yeah, it was really nice to get away and have a change of scenery. I had planned to do all kinds of work, and I did absolutely nothing. Like nothing. I didn't even do my live schedule until late Thursday night when we got home. No, after we'd been home for a while, sure, I should say. It's so pretty. Oh, I love it so much. If you are learning to do dot mandalas and you are frustrated with swoops, let me tell you that this paint can make swoops fun for you, because it's so much fun. Swoops are always my favorite thing, so I love them anyway. And this is just even a whole different level of fun. All right, there we go. There's the blue one, ready to hang and dry. Nope, it won't, Annette. Nope, it'll adhere good. Yeah, thanks, Cindy. It was really good. Yeah, it was a good reset. It was really, really good. Really, really good. And that's the thing, it was so funny because I kept feeling really bad that I wasn't doing all this work, and I said I was going to do it, and I thought, and then I just slept. I did sleep a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot, which I think was pretty good for me. So I think that was a good thing too. All right, so I'm going to hang this one up to dry. And so it'll get a little bit darker like that one on the right. Okay, let me just hang this up and we will grab the next one to get started. Oops. Trying to get just my little ornament hook in here. Bear with me. Hi, Audrey. Hi, babe. How you doing? All right, so that one's hanging up. And let's just bring you back over here and I'll give you a rundown of the ones we've done so far and a nice, beautiful shot of the litter box. Oh, Tara. Perfect timing, Tara. Tara is here. Tara Wenzel is the maker of Bliss Drops. And Tara, I have been making a shit ton of ornaments with the same design because these paints, they're so incredible. Okay, so we have this one with Tombstone. So let me show you one that is actually finished on all sides. So then you'll know that these ones are going to do that as well. So see this ornament here, how we have the design on all sides. The nice big design there. And then a big design on that side. And then we do the little design in between. This one is the color Aloe on these green ornaments. It almost makes it look like it's etched. I think it feels like one of the prettiest things I've ever made in my entire life. So then I had to do more. So that one is done. It's just waiting to dry because I painted the fourth side. And then we have this one, which is Mirage. I still have the fourth side to do. But we've got the Mirage, which is the white silver. And I'll just do this here. There's Audrey. Hi, Audrey. Hi, baby. And then this one is Sedona. It's crazy because it looks so much more orange on screen. It's really got a beautiful burgundy quality to it. You can kind of see it over there on the left when I turn it. So we've got the Sedona on green. And then we started with Tombstone. So this one is going to have that same design wrapped all the way around it, just like the one with the aloe color. So we've got Tombstone, and then we have Superstition. You can see it drying and it's starting to darken to that other color. Let me grab the paint. So this is what it looks like wet. Don't mind my messing living room behind. And then it's going to dry to that color. So you can start to see it starting to turn to that color now. But that one's going to be purple all the way around. And then this one is the color Sedona. So this is going to dry to be that color. So see how peachy that is? It's actually going to dry to that color. I'll grab the paint there as well. I know there are comments coming in. I'm sorry I haven't answered them. I'm getting on a roll, so I want to make sure I do this right. So that's how it's going to dry. Isn't that freaking cool? And then that Mirage, that one I think is going to be, so amazing. And then that one is Chuckwalla. And this is another one that changes color dramatically from the wet to the dry. I love these. I love watching them dry and seeing them change color. And that's actually going to dry to that kind of goldy color. Aren't they incredible? Oh, and then we did Snowbird on the white. So I went out specifically, Tara, after, so this is what I did. I started playing with them on this big pink ornament that I got, and I put the Tombstone on. I'm like, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to do this all the way around. And then I didn't pay close enough attention, and then I did Monsoon on the other side. And the whole time I'm like, well, this looks different. What's going on? But after I did the black on the pink, it had to happen on every color I could get my grubby little paws on. So now we've got teal, we've got white, we've got red, we've got a blue. So I will be placing another order very, very soon because I'm really going to run out real friggin' fast. And now that I bought all these ornaments, I have to make sure I can paint them all. Oh, but they're so much fun, Tara. Oh my God. It's all I've wanted to do. I've been away for the last couple of days and I've been dreaming about coming back going, oh, I can't wait to try these paints on these ornaments. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I love them. Love them, love them, love them, Tara. And I can't get enough of it. Like this is, I've been saying this whole live, that this is all I want to do. It's just all I want to do now. They're so incredibly easy to use. And since I've bought them, you guys, she has added so many new colors. Seriously, gotta go check them out. Thanks, Jess. How you doing? It's good to see ya. I'm so glad you like them, Tara. Thank you. No, I don't keep them in the cup because then I'm really nervous with myself that I would bump the table and knock them over. So I feel better having them hanging. I feel like they're a little bit more secure that way to dry. Sorry, I missed that question, Tara. Oh, no, sorry. That was Be Loving Art. Sorry. I love them so, so much, Tara. I'm head over heels. And let me tell the first time I did them, they were so they behave so nicely for swoops, and I was like, damn, these things make me look good. Like they're just so incredible. All right, I'm gonna go grab my list because my mom and I sat down and we looked at all of the bliss drops that I have and looked at all the colors of ornaments and came up with with plans of what colors I was gonna use. So I'm just gonna go grab my list. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Are you alright? I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Did I get you? Are you okay? Are you alright? I'm so sorry, baby. Crap. I kicked my computer. It was on the ground and it knocked into Audrey and now she's afraid of me. Oh, Patty. I'm sorry I haven't done that listing for you yet, Patty. I will. I promise. I will have that done. I will have that done very, very soon. We're going to do, on this one, we're going to do white, I think. We're going to do Mirage. We're going to do Mirage. I think the pale blue could look really pretty as well, but I think that the next one on this one would also be the Aloe. Oh, shit. And I think Superstition would look really good on here too. Good to see you, Patty. How you doing? Your second round of bliss is on its way. Fantastic. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite color, Cindy? By the way, we've been having at least 40 to 100 people here pretty much the entire night. Hi, everybody. Holy shit, that never happens. Or very rarely happens. And it's really nice to have you here. So, hi, my name is Jamie. It's really nice to meet you. I'm a Dot Mandela artist and teacher. We are playing with Tara's paints. She runs Deserted Bliss, and she developed her own line of paints, and they are spectacular. So that's what we're working on this evening. So we'll get the next one started. Where's my tape measure? Okay. I have wooden eggs I want to show. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, I'm so head over heels in love. These are incredible. So much fun. Okay, and I need my marker. Crap. Using my teeth to open the marker is not as easy as it used to be. My teeth are angry. Okay, so there's our center. So then we're going to use the mold. Happy Dotting Company, the 3-inch stone mold. And then I'm going to hold this up and try and make sure that I am holding this straight. Let's see, does that look pretty straight? Yeah, it looks pretty straight. So I put these markings on so I know where to start and where to line it all up. And we will be good. Favorite is Sedona. It's incredible, eh? So Sedona is the one that looks very, peachy colored while it's wet. And it turns to this beautiful red, gold, orange fire, pure fire color. Hi, Steffi. How you doing? Oh, I'm so glad. I heard it went great for her. That's amazing. I'm glad you were able to pop in and say hi. Thank you. That's awesome. Oh, Tara. Happy to, because these are friggin' fun as hell. Everybody should get to have fun like this. All right, so let's start with Mirage in the white. I'm excited to see the black on white and the white on white. No, I'm excited to see all of them. Who am I kidding? So these are the 3.1 inch ornaments, and I also bought a bunch of the 2.5 inch ornaments. So I will be doing this design on smaller ornaments as well. So we're going to shrink it down, and I think that's going to look really friggin' cool. Have I mentioned I love the new bottles? I think, and definitely you don't need to be doing dot art to be able to use these paints and find some fun things to do with them, for sure. I am still in love with the cluster dotting too. I've got an ornament over here that's waiting to be finished, but I had no self-control. I needed to play with these paints more tonight. I knew it would be fun because I knew we'd get through quite a few of them. I mean, we've done the first side on 6 ornaments so far. That's freaking fantastic. Thanks, Steffi. All right, here we go. The biggest thing to remember when you're using these is you want to space your dots out a little bit further, at least on the ornaments anyway, than you would in with regular acrylics, because they have so much body and texture, right? I tend to try and squish things together too much, and it's a thing that gets me into trouble with regular acrylic paint sometimes too, because if you get too close and they touch, then they can run together, right? Which isn't a bad thing, but you just want to do that intentionally and not by accident. At least I don't anyway. I prefer to have the separation there. There's lots of incredible artists that do these swoops without any separation, and they're gorgeous as well. But just keep that in mind, that if you want to make sure that you've got a space in between each swoop, and so that they don't run in together, space things out just a little bit more than you typically would on canvas, wood, stone, that sort of thing. Bear with me one sec. I'm just going to finish this side. If you're new to my lives, just know that while I'm painting, I can't see the screen on my phone. So it might take me a minute or two to answer your question or comment. Just please know that I'm not ignoring you if it takes me a minute or two to answer. Oops. It's just because I literally can't see the screen. So what I'll do is I'll paint for a little bit and then I'll pause, and then I'll paint for a little bit and then I'll pause and catch up on any comments that I've missed. Just want to make sure you know that I'm not ignoring you if it takes me a minute. All right, let's see what we got. La la la. Barb, hi. No, this is directly on the ornament. So the ornament came this color. No, I sell them. This is my full-time job, being an artist. So these ornaments in particular aren't available on my website right now. There are other ones that are up there, and I'm going to be doing an update, hopefully beginning of next week, with some of these ones and some of the other ones that I've painted recently. I've got probably another 8 or 10 designs to create product listings for. But yeah, if you see one of these that you really like and you want to call dibs on some, definitely can do that. But otherwise, they'll get listed shortly. And the ones that are on my website right now are the ones that are available to ship right away. All that stuff is linked in my bio, including if you are looking to learn how to paint dot mandalas. I do have a tutorials playlist on my YouTube channel that has about 30 or 35 different videos in there, including tutorials for beginners, if that's helpful for you. And on my website, too, there are step-by-step downloadable PDF patterns and recordings of previous workshops that are also good for beginners. So if any of that's helpful, that is there. And all of my hand-painted items are there, too. And, again, all that stuff is linked through the you-know-where. And if you have any questions at all, let me know. This is going to look so friggin' pretty on this teal. And if you've been doing dot painting for a while, these are the paints you need to try. Whether you are in love with swoops or whether you are not a fan of swoops, these paints will help you become a fan of swoops and help you fall more in love with swoops than you already are, if you're like me. I love swoops. They're my favorite thing ever. So these paints are by our friend Tara, Deserted Bliss, and they are called Bliss Drops. And they're so wonderful. All right. I'll finish off this one, then I'll come back to the comments and catch up on what I missed. I tend to do that sometimes. I'll be halfway through catching up on the comments, and then I'll come back to painting without realizing I wasn't finished yet. Sorry about that. Okay. Dee. How you doing, Barb? Were you working tonight? Thanks, Marg. Dun, dun, dun. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. You guys are better at promoting me than I am, which is fantastic. I'm so grateful for you. I'm scared I'll drop glass ones. Yeah, I'm always scared too, and I'm petrified when I ship them. Absolutely petrified, right? Like I'm so afraid that someone's gonna get a box full of shattered glass, but I still do them. Thanks, Dee. The brand of paint is Deserted Bliss, and they're called Bliss Drops. Well, Bliss Drops is the brand. They are by the company Deserted Bliss, run by our friend Tara. They are freaking amazing. And if you want to learn how to do this, I do have some tutorials on my YouTube channel. None with these bottles yet. I don't have any tutorials for this type of paint, but for doing dot mandalas with dotting tools and not all swoops like I'm doing here. And with other paints, there are tutorials there on my YouTube channel. So if that's helpful for you, they are there for you. Thanks, Cindy. Love you guys. Thanks, Jasmine. I appreciate that. Yeah, they really do. They really cooperate very nicely with swoops. They're incredible. Hi, Gabrielle. How you doing? Hi, Mel. Hello, Adventures Queen. Hi, Terry. Thank you. Wait till you see it when it's done. Thanks, Barb. I'm dead. I hate hockey, I bet. Hate hockey, I hate Timbits, and I hate people. Wouldn't that be nice if they made the shatterproof glass? They'd probably cost an arm and a leg, eh? Yes, thank you for tagging Tara. Tara was in here for a little while earlier. I don't know if she's still here, but she was here earlier. So thanks, Mel, for tagging her so that you guys can go and check out that paint if you want to. You ordered yours this morning? You're going to love them. You're going to love them. Oh, thanks, Gabrielle. It was really good. It was really nice to have the change of scenery, and it was a really good couple of days. Really good couple of days. Thank you for asking. How have you been? I've missed you guys. So once I'm done this one, so I'm doing these ornaments like one side at a time, and I'm looking at it as they have 4 sides. So this is side 1, and I will show you an ornament that has all 4 sides done when I go to hang this one up to dry. So I'm leaving about 24 hours in between each side just to make sure the paint is super, super dry, so that I can make sure I feel comfortable holding on to it and getting a good grasp on it while I'm painting the other side and not damaging the paint in any way. I don't want to squish it or anything. These paints dry wonderfully hard. So once they are dry, they're going to be incredibly difficult to damage or dent, which is really cool. Yeah, if you are not a fan of doing swoops and you want to be, these are fantastic paints to do that with. I love them. All right, so now we turn it this way. Thanks, Gina. Hi, Tracy. It's good to see ya. We're talking about you again, Tara. I'm glad you're doing good, Gabrielle. Thanks, Mel. How you doing, Tracy? You have your market tomorrow? How you feeling? Are you excited? Dun, dun, dun. Swoops make me say foul words, but they're growing on me. And you'll fall in love with them with these paints. Aren't they? They're so incredibly easy to work with, aren't they? They're just amazing. Just awesome. So my job now is to test and see how many ornaments can I get done with one bottle of paint and how many ornaments do I have to paint, and then I can place a proper order. So that will be my test now. And of course, now she has new paints that weren't available. Of course, I ordered mine a couple of days before the Shimmer series came out, right? But, woo, they're pretty too. There's lots to choose from. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Let me scroll back. Your first market tomorrow, Tara? Oh my gosh, that's exciting. Are you nervous? Are you doing all right? How you feeling? Tracy's the same. First one tomorrow too. Nervous and excited, all packed up. I hope I don't forget anything. You're going to do amazing. You're both going to do awesome. Thanks, Denise. I Black Friday splurged on shimmers. Good. Load it up. Kimberly Jo, these are bliss drops. They are by Deserted Bliss, our friend Tara, who's here in the chat. These are the paints that she developed. She's a fellow dot mandala artist, and she's developed her own line of paints, and they are spectacular. So after I tried this design, I played around on a plastic ornament, and I'm like, ooh, I like that. I want to try more. And then I tried more with a few different colors, and then I went away for a couple of days, and it's all I could think about. And so today I went to Michael's this morning, and I bought like $85 worth of ornaments. So I've got these teal ones, I've got some dark blue ones, I've got white, and I've got red as well. So now it's just a matter of how long before I run out and need to place the next order. So this design will get repeated on the opposite side of the ornament once this one is dried. And then the space left between each of these designs on the sides, it will get filled with kind of a filler design as well, which is pretty close to this one, but it's just a little bit smaller. And then these are the 3.1 inch ornaments. I also have 2.5 inch ornaments. And so I'm going to take this design and just make it smaller. Okay, let's get back to the markets. So Tara and Tracy have their first markets tomorrow. There's a lot of people who did their first markets this year. But for anybody who has done a bunch of markets, is there drop some advice and or some encouragement in the comments to get these guys feeling good about these markets they've got coming up. Let me scroll back. I'm going to catch up on the comments here now. Good luck to TNT. You're welcome, Kimberly. Yeah, they're fantastic. You have them all, Mel? Full collection, eh? Rhea, too. And Tina's... That's right, Tina, sorry. Tina's got hers, too. Triple T's. Figured out the journal. You need to seal it with spray varnish. Cool. So you spray it with varnish after it's painted? That's cool. Oh, a couple of these ones I've done, they've been a little cockeyed to to one side or another, Steffi, but they seem to be doing okay right now. Oh my gosh, you've got your first one next Saturday? That's amazing. Right? Just like Pokemon. Doing your first one too tomorrow, Lawhip. That's amazing. Good for you. Are you excited? Are you nervous? It's a lot. They're friggin' hard work, man. Definitely not prepared. What do you feel is missing, Tara? Sometimes you get to the point where, like, I know I'm missing stuff and I don't even know what it is, right? Yeah, that's what you did? Okay, cool. That's cool. Definitely let us know how you make out with them. Thank you, Steffi. So yeah, this design will get repeated on that side, and then once it dries, then we'll fill in the other sides. So I'm going to hang this one up to dry, and I will bring over one of the ones that has this design on all four sides. It's on one of the different colored ornaments, just so you can see what they will look like when they're finished. Okay, so this one is one that is finished. It's still drying on one side. This side's still drying a bit, but I love this one. This one's the color Aloe. Very much nice tealy turquoise, but on this green it makes it look like it's just etched into the ornament. And I just can't get enough. Oh, thanks, Laura. Thank you for letting me know that. All right, let me scroll back and catch up on what I've missed. Cal. Nervous. I only get 30 minutes to set up. Holy crap, that's fast. How the hell's that going to happen? I've been selling produce this summer, but first selling crafts. That's so exciting. So at least you understand the market mentality and then getting into just what you're selling that's different. That's cool. Yeah, that's real fast. I wish I made more small stuff. Yeah. It's so hard to know what the balance is of what you're going to need, eh? Sorry. If I'm going to sit here and talk, you might as well have something pretty to look at. Yeah, do you have any help? Aw, thanks, Patty. I'm so glad you like it. Thanks, Mel. Thanks, Tracy. Oh, good, you got help. Good. Hubby and son coming. Excellent. An entire tree in those green ones would be insane. Wouldn't it be so pretty? Oh, it would be so pretty. Thanks, guys. I'm so glad you like them. So I will bring this one back over and hang this one up as well. And I think, we'll have time to do maybe one more. And then we'll come back over to the wall where everything is hung up before we sign off. What do we got? Yeah, we got 20 minutes. We can do one more. We can totally do one more. Okay, so we're going to do a blue one. And we'll use the light blue. Oh, and it's going to be a small one. So we'll get to see what it looks like as a smaller design. So that'll be fun. But I didn't bring the big ones in, apparently. Amount of cash for change. I used to take 200 with me, depending on what the smallest denomination of what you have is, right? I would take 200 just because, just to get a roll of toonies is $50. For the non-Canadians, a toonie is our $2 coin. We don't have a $2 bill or a $1 bill. We have a $1 coin, which has a loon on it. And we call them loonies. They came out first, and then years later, we got toonies. It's the most fun you can ever have naming your money. But so to get a roll of them, it was $50. And by the time you got a roll of toonies and a roll of loonies, then it was already $75. So I used to get 2 rolls of each, and that would give me $150 and then 10 fives. And even then, sometimes I still needed, $5 and $10 bills. All depends on what you're selling and kind of where the denominations are. Like if you have a lot of lower priced items that are, or adjust your pricing so that you won't ever have to give, say, $3 change or something. You can kind of adjust it that way if you need to. Aloe's not available? Sold out, eh? Oh, it was your mom's favorite color? Oh, and thank you, Adventure Queen. Thank you, Quarantine Creations. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for all the love. I'm sure it'll be back in stock soon. Perfect. You do normally good with 100. Excellent. And yeah, you might overdo it. But when it's your first one, assume, kind of err on the side of caution and bring what you think might be too much. And then you'll know for the next times how to adjust it, right? Like maybe you don't need 200, maybe you only need 150. Like there's all kinds of different ways you can kind of find that out. That makes sense. Pricing everything 5 or 10s to make it easier. Yeah, exactly. So for this one, I am going to do the pale blue. I think that'll look really pretty. What do we think, Ange? Didn't see it on the 2 pages? Oh, that's weird. You're welcome, Cal. Hope you guys do absolutely amazing. Thinking someone buying an ornament for 25, maybe give me 40 and yeah, and to not have to do that all in 5s, that would be really good. So the $10 bills will definitely help you with that. Still need to get change. What time do you have to be there to set up tomorrow, Tara? My expectations are low, but planning to be pleasantly surprised. Yes. And that is the thing. Remembering that no matter how much you sell, you are going to gain valuable information from your first market. You're going to find out whether the market is actually right for you and your product. Are the people that go to that market your customers, right? You'll learn about that. You'll learn about your pricing. You'll meet a whole bunch of other makers. They'll probably tell you about other shows that they've been part of. You'll gain so much information from from every market. There's always information to be gained, but especially in the first few that you do. So if you go in saying, you know what, this is a valuable price for me to pay to learn the lessons that I need to learn from these shows, it'll definitely help you in the long run, for sure. Yeah, Snowbird's going to be perfect for this one, right? Are you leaving, Barb? You're not leaving, are you? You guys were hoping for that? Okay, awesome. It's really hard not to have expectations. It's really, really difficult. So maybe, and that maybe is the thing, set a different expectation, is that I want to come home and have a bunch of tangible things that I can easily recognize that I learned. 8:30. Good. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of valuable info. You guys are so loving. It's scary though. It really is scary, and it's really hard. I've been there too, where it's why I don't do a lot of markets now, because I don't have the bandwidth to research and find which ones are the right ones. I don't have the money to pay the table fees out the ones that I have already figured out would be good ones for me, or assume would be good ones for me. And I haven't historically sold a lot at markets. So you really got to trust your gut and see if it's for you. And don't feel the pressure that you have to do it. There's other ways to sell your art. But if you like it and it goes well, it can be incredibly lucrative. Oh, that's a good idea, Tara. Go on live. Are you taking any stuff to paint? No, I wasn't. Sorry, Barb. I misunderstood you wishing good luck as that you were saying goodbye. That was my misunderstanding. I used to work at Walmart, so I have some experience in retail. That helps a lot. A whole lot. All right, let's get this one going. Oh, I gotta find my tape measure. Oh. Okay, so if we go here, down to about there. So, take the lid off first. So I'm gonna go about 1.5, which is right about there. Okay, so that's my center. I'm gonna use the same stencil. Like so. And I think we're gonna go there, and there, and there, and there. Okay, so there's our lines. It's a little wonky, but we'll get the gist of it. All right, let's get some Snowbird on this blue ornament. Let's do this. All right, I think I'm gonna actually switch my tool size for a little bit of it. Okay, let's go down here. Markets are a little different. Absolutely. There's a big learning curve. Big learning curve. And there's a big energetic learning curve too, because they are a lot of work. Yes, take a notebook so you can take notes. Really good point, Valerie, for sure. Take something small, only a 4-hour market. Yeah, that's a good idea. Absolutely. It's wonderfully validating when you get people who really enjoy your work at these markets. It's so fun. It's so much fun. Hi, Audrey. Okay, so these ones are going to be smaller. So I've adjusted my tool size and my dot size. Trying to do random. No, it's really not. Even just getting your hands to cooperate so you can hold everything properly is difficult, eh? Nope, don't have to seal them, Steffi. These guys dry to hard as glass. You're gonna love them, Adventure Queen. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Yeah, exactly, Holly. Markets are exactly like craft fairs. I know, there's a lot of people that jump around to a lot of the same lives. It's wonderful. I love it. Yeah, it really is an amazing community, and everybody just wants to see everybody succeed, right? You have 2 more, and then done till spring. Oh, I hope they go well, Holly. Working on something at your booth will bring attention to it. Yeah, people like watching you create for sure. The hard part is figuring out how do you travel with it? What if it's not dry by the time you go home? There's all kinds of things. So just keep them all in mind. But it definitely does bring attention for sure. All right. Now we go here. And so even on ones like this where I make them slightly different sizes, it just doesn't matter because you never know it in the design. So that chalk dot in the middle also will get covered. So I'm going to use some kind of an accent color sometime and do some accent dots. Now some of them might be in the same color as the rest of the design, but some of them I might use a different color. I think I'll end up using Mirage quite often for that, or even Chuckwalla and adding some of that gold or white detail. Oops. Don't run together, please. All right. Get them a little too close together again. That's okay. Okie dokie. Well, shit, I just let a bunch of dots run together, so I'm going to have to go fix that. Bear with me. Okay, so we go here. There we go. All done, all fixed. All right. Let's see what we can get done in the next 7 minutes. Okay, now you can move out of the way. Ah! No! Okay. Just had to move it back over. Now I can do this. Oops. No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. Get out of there. Get out. There we go. Okay. That's better. Whew. Okay. I'll be back to the comments shortly, I promise. I think these are going to be cool to see the small ones and the big ornaments. I think they're going to make a pretty set. Okay, now this side. This has been a super freaking fun 3 hours, you guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. This has been absolutely amazing. I'm going to be live on my Instagram account tomorrow, but I don't remember when, so I'm pulling it up. 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So if you're around and you want to come hang out, I know a lot of people are going to be at their markets, so I will be sending you lots and lots of good luck. And then I will be live again on Monday from 8 to 10 p.m. on the Facebook page. So if you want to come and hang out, I'd love to see ya. I do have a live on Tuesday night as well. It's for the Dot Mandala Inspiration Deck Facebook group. For those of you who aren't familiar with what that is, I made a deck of cards to act as an inspiration deck with different images and word prompts to use it, like if you've got artist block and you want ideas on what to paint. And everybody who has a deck, we get together once a month for a live in a private Facebook group where we do kind of like a collective card pull. You don't have to have a deck actually any longer to be able to come to that Facebook Live. If you want to, it is available for a $2 a month, $2 Canadian a month subscription. And that's available on my website too. So if you want to be able to come to those lives, then check out my website for that. Otherwise, these next few lives on Saturday and Monday, we are going to continue to do a crap ton of these ornaments. And I'm just going to keep painting them until I run out of paint. And then I'm going to order some more, and then we're going to do it again. Let's see. We'll get this one done first before we sign off tonight, though. These are going to look cute too. These little bitty ones. Dee, 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 dee. Totally zoning out on this last little bit. Sorry, guys. I'll be back to the comments in just a couple minutes, and then we will go do a little scan of the ornament wall and see what the ones that we did at the beginning of the live are starting to look like. And I'm going to hang this one up, and it'll start to dry. And this color will darken a little bit as it dries. And like I said, we might add in some little white accent dots here and there once it's all completely done. But you'll be definitely seeing a lot more of this design and more of these paints as we get together to paint for the next little while. Ooh, this one's tougher because it's so much smaller. Ooh. My website and my YouTube channel are all listed through the link in my bio. I do have a tutorial playlist on my YouTube channel if that's helpful for anybody that wants to learn. Keep an eye on my Instagram story highlights and on my TikTok profile where I'll post my live schedule. So if you want to come hang out, happy to answer questions here as well. Okay. Oh, it's pretty. It's going to dry so beautiful. Okay, let me scroll back and catch up on what I miss. It didn't farted. Let me scroll back. Sorry, I'm really behind. I'm so sorry. All right, there I'm caught up. Yeah, Valerie said, yes, I'm working on something at your booth. We'll bring attention to it. Okay, we got that one. The excitement I saw with one lady that bought my ornament showing her husband was awesome. Oh, isn't that amazing, Laura? It's so wonderful. That's wonderful, Holly. I'm so glad. Not me saying don't yawn, and then still yawning. No, not at all. Gonna bring bliss drops and have a paper where people can try them out. Yes, good. It would be absolute heaven in my eyes if I got to a craft fair or a craft market or a Christmas market or whatever the ones happen to be called, only to find that there's somebody there who's made their own paints and is selling them. I'd spend a shit ton of money. I hope you sell like crazy. And that's a brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea to get them to order from the website there. Tara's going to make neon someday. No, really? Oh my God. Oh my God, Steph. Oh my God, Tara, that's amazing. Yep, we'll buy those too. Walking dots with bliss drops right out of the bottle, right? And I was terrified to try them because I didn't think they were going to work. Keep your bottle upside down between dots. Oh, so I need to get a cup or something to kind of put it up in. Oh, that's a really good idea. I will definitely do that. Thank you for that idea. I wouldn't have thought of that. I'm sorry you'll miss it too, Tina, but I hope you have an absolute kick-ass day at the market tomorrow. Will I be selling the cards? I do have a few decks of the cards available. I had an issue with the new printer. I'm not super happy with the cards from the new printer. I mean, they're fine, but I don't know that I'm going to be selling too many more of them. I am going to be working towards creating a digital version of the deck, though. So, excuse me, which will cut down on shipping costs. Oh my goodness, apparently I'm tired. So I do have a few of the decks available. It still says pre-order on my website right now, but I do have 4 decks available. Yes, this is acrylic paint. They're called Bliss Drops, and they are by Deserted Bliss. I know, eh? It's so fast, so fast. I can't. I'm telling you, these paints make me look really fucking good, and they will do that for everybody. They're so amazing, so amazing. No, I promise you, I would have thought that this would take me an entire weekend, because if I was using my dotting tools and other paints, it probably would take a million years. But these paints are different. Hello. We need bliss by the quart. Absolutely. Like, how can I get a bucket of each color? Thanks, Mel. Yeah, there's some bubbles in there too. I think I'm just going to let them sort themselves out. Because they usually do. Freak out if I saw someone selling paints, right? Wouldn't that be amazing? Going, wait a minute, you make paints? Do I mix my paints with anything? Depends on the paints that I'm using. Quarantine Creations. It depends on how heavy and thick they are. If they are too thick, I will use a pouring medium to thin them out. Thanks, Mark. YouTube is Mandala Love Affair Canada. If you go to my TikTok profile and click the link in my bio, it'll take you to my YouTube so you don't have to search it. The white stays fairly opaque, but it also gets a really pretty silvery tinge. And it stays really opaque where it's thick, and it will get, just like all paints, where they'll be a little more translucent where the paint's a bit thinner. I'm trying to catch up on the comments here. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Mel. You're welcome, Valerie. He was kind, he was special, he was effing good. Spend less than you earn, and that is another trick to the markets, is to not spend your money. But don't forget, too, as makers, if you are willing to do trades with other makers, you can clean up and come home with some really cool shit. I'm just going to hang this one up, and then I'll take you guys over to the ornament wall. We'll have a look at everything that we've done tonight before we sign off. Because we've done a lot. All right. There. All right, are we ready? Let's go see. All right. So remember that this is the first one I ever did, right? Got super excited, went to paint the other side, painted it with the wrong color. So that one's a learning curve. Then we move down to the 3-inch ornaments. And this is one that is completely finished. So it's got all sides painted. Well, sorry, it's not completely finished because I still have some detail to put in there. But all 4 sides of the main design are done. So it's just the finishing touches that are left now. I did that one. We have this one that still needs one more side done. This is the Sedona color. We have this one that needs one more side done. This is Mirage. So this is where you can see the silvery tinge. And on the dark background, that probably makes a difference too, right? It's going to look different on a dark background compared to a light background. And then we started tonight here with Tombstone. And we're going to wrap that design around, of course. And then we've got Superstition. And then this color is Sedona as it's drying, and it's going to dry to that dark reddish fire color. So we're going to have that one. Then we've done the white on white, which looks incredible. It's going to look so pretty when that wraps all the way around. And then this one here is going to dry to a goldish color. I love watching the color change. And then we've got Snowbird, which is the blue metallic, the light blue metallic. So we're going to wrap that all the way around. And then more Mirage on that one. And Snowbird on that one again. So we did, how many is that? Tonight, I did one side on, so I started painting at 7 o'clock. And I did a little bit before I came on to live. So I did 2 of these ahead of time, ahead of the live. We did one of them, finished it off at the live. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One side of 11 ornaments done tonight. No need to seal them. No, even if you were using regular acrylics, you wouldn't have to seal them. You would just want to tell people, hey, they're hand-painted artwork and don't mess around with them and try to be safe. And as long as they're doing that, then they should stay pretty fine. Let me scroll back here so you don't have to keep looking at the cat's litter, though. All right. I'll just give you something pretty to look at there for a second. And let me scroll back. Dun, dun, dun. Good luck to everybody tomorrow at your markets this weekend. I hope you have huge successes, learn a ton, and get lots of information to help you for the next markets that you do. And yeah, don't spend too much money. Thanks, Cal. Thanks, Mal. I'm even more excited to get them now. You're going to have so much fun. I know, right, Terry? Sorry about that. Thanks, Tina. Wishing you the best of luck tomorrow. I hope it's an awesome day. Yeah, the Snowbird on white is gorgeous. I can't wait to see all of these completely finished with the design all the way around. I'm really, really happy. Dun, dun, dun. You're welcome, Holly. Love you guys. Thanks, Tara. I'm glad you like what I've done with your paints. Yeah, they're incredible. Good luck, Tracy. Have so much fun tomorrow, okay? And thank you guys so much for coming and spending so much time with me tonight. I've missed you this last week, and I'm happy to be back. And I will slowly keep getting more and more back with my content as well. But the lives will keep happening for sure. Thanks, Yvette. Yes, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, you guys. I will be on my Instagram page tomorrow from, what did I say, 3 to 5? 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on my Instagram, Valerie. Lots of love, Steffi. Lots of love to all of you guys. Thanks again for coming and hanging out. I love you to bits. And we'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks, Marg. I love you guys. Thanks for a really fun night. I can't wait to show you all of these real soon once they're all dry and all finished too. Can't wait. All right. We'll see you guys again soon. Bye. Good luck, everybody, tomorrow.